Rape is always present where you have slaughter, and you don't have to have a government fiat to do it. And one of the interesting things you might ask about what happens if we send in ground troops, how will we be sure they don't do a bit of raping in their turn? And one of the interesting things about the current situation is, surprise, surprise, allegations of rape are being made about the rebels as well. And who knows, I don't understand the psychopathy of warfare, but it seems to me you don't start it, because once you start this kind of situation, then all kinds of people suffer who are not a part of the conflict at all. But one of the curious things about this story is the allegation that Gaddafi's commanders have supplied the soldiers with Viagra in order that they're capable of raping. What I would have to say is, what's wrong with the Libyans? Everybody else managed without, as far as I can see. Give them too much Viagra, they'll be raping each other. The situation might just solve itself. It seems completely demented, the story that we're dealing with at the moment. There was another famous case where rape was alleged as a policy on the part of the Pakistani commanders in Bangladesh in 1971, and that was never stood up. It turned out to be another urban myth. Extraordinary notion that 300,000 raped women were left at the end of the war looking for husbands. It's not true. And I think in this case, we've got one of those legends you're going to hear about the hated enemy. All soldiers in certain circumstances will rape, regardless of whether they're ours or theirs or whose.
Do you think we should be in Libya in the first place, Germaine?
Oh, for goodness sake. It's an extraordinary thing, isn't it, that we supported Gaddafi, we sold him the weapons to suppress his own people, then when the people finally boil up, we suddenly change sides and decide we're going to be their saviours.
But were we right or wrong to do it?
We were hypocrites, as usual.
But right or wrong to go in?
I don't think we'll get out. It will probably turn out to be a tactical error.
The man in the white shirt there.
Hi there. I disagree that in certain cases we should shut our eyes and let things happen in the world. The question I would like to ask, and I do believe it's morally right to intervene in Libya, is do we actually have the means to do it now? Because the government is cutting defence capabilities, we're scrapping aircraft carriers, the British Army are having a record low intake, and with defence budgets being cut, have we actually got the means to intervene anymore? Because Britain has to relate its means to its commitments. You can't go involved in foreign adventures if you don't have the means to do so and to be a credible NATO partner. It's contradictory.
It is a very valid point being raised. Obviously, it's not purely Britain's moral responsibility alone. This is on the back of the United Nations Security Council resolution, and 17 different countries are involved in the action in Libya. And I think it's that United Nations backing that is what makes it so different from Iraq, and I do disagree with it. I mean, I was against the war in Iraq. I marched against it. I think it was an appalling mistake. But this is different. We've got international consensus about it, regional support from the partners, and when somebody said, you know, it's not helping anybody, I think the citizens of Benghazi who heard Gaddafi say that he was going to roll in the tanks and go from street to street, from house to house and show no mercy would disagree.
And ground troops being committed, that's the question. Should that